Dear students, hope the situation is clear to you. We have written a code, this source code, and we have saved the source code with the name add.c. Why we are saving this file as with the .c extension? Why? Because we have taken the example that we have assumed that this source code is written in C programming language. So when you are writing a program in C programming language, the extension should be saved in .c extension. Okay, .c extension should be there. Now after writing the source code, what you have to do, what is the next step? You have to compile this source code. Then only you will get the machine code which is ready for your execution. Okay, so this add.c, we have given the name add.c to the source code. This add.c is passed to a compiler. We are having a computer system with Windows operating system, and we are having the corresponding compiler installed in this Windows operating system computer. Okay, so this add.c is passed through compiler, and some compilation process is happening. So in this compilation process, this compiler, since this compiler is a software, it is going to convert the source code which is written in human readable language into another code which must be understandable by machines. So we call that code as a machine code. So compiler is a software which converts source code written in human readable language into machine code. Okay. So after this compilation process, we are getting another file with the .exe extension. Okay, this we are getting the same add.c when passed to compiler. We are getting add.exe file. Why? Because it has been passed through the Windows operating system. So because of that only we are getting a file with executable extension .exe. Okay. So in this conversion, that means this add.c, this compilation process, add.exe is a output of add.c, add.exe is the output of compilation process. This compilation process is having some other intermediate processes also. We will see that processes in detail in next classes. Okay, for the time being you must have you understand this much only, that add.c when passed to a compiler, it is going to give you another file with .exe extension. Okay, so hope this is clear to all of you. Now suppose you want to execute this add.a. Now the third step is what you have. First step was writing the source code. Second step was compilation. Your compilation is over. Now the last step is you have to execute this file, executable file. Then only you will get the result. Okay. Suppose you want to execute this file in Windows operating system, and the same file you want to execute in Mac operating system, and the same add.exe file you want to execute in Linux operating system. So let us see whether it is possible or not. When you are going to execute add.exe in Windows operating system, whether it will execute, whether it will give you result. Yes, it will give you result. Why? Because .exe files is always understandable by Windows operating system. You know that. And whether this add.exe is executed in Mac operating system, no, it is not going to work in Mac operating system. Why? Because Mac operating system always understand files with .dmg extensions. You know that. Similarly, Linux operating system is also not going to execute add.exe. Okay. So because of this reason, you can understand that why C is said to be platform dependent. When the C program is written and stored in Windows operating system computer, then you have to, it will be compiled in that corresponding compiler, and it will give you .exe file only, and that .exe file is always understandable by Windows operating system. That means .exe file is always executed in a computer system having Windows operating system. Okay, so because of that only we call that C programming language is a platform dependent programming language. Okay, so this is clear to all of you. Now I want to give you one assignment for today. You have to write a brief description on platform dependency in C. What I have taught in this class, you have to write in your own language. what you have understand. Please don't search in net or any other thing. You just go through this video and understand and write in your words. Okay, what is platform dependency in C? And the next thing that I want to give you, you have to search for variables in C. What are variables in C? And what do you mean by functions in C? Just search about variables and functions very briefly. Okay, and make a small note on variables and functions. We will discuss that in next classes. Okay, so hope this is clear to all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you.